Hello, everyone. So today we're going to talk about the work cited, formatting, and conclusions. But first, before we start, I want to explain the schedule here at the end. So normally we would do more on the Middle East, and we'd start Africa. I'm actually going to cancel a lot of those assignments. Not the ones that are posted, you still need to do, but there were some more that I was in the process of adding that I'm just going to leave off. We're not able to get all the context of the critical thinking discussion, and I just think missing a week of the semester at the end really push us to a place where I want you to focus on your papers more. So in the final week, there's only going to be one short video to watch on Africa, just to give you a little taste of more positive story. And then I want you to focus on your papers. There will be responding to the comments on your 3-page draft. There will be a video, and there will be then your final paper will be due the last Sunday of the course. So let's start by looking at the works cited. So I'm going to post on this assignment, or on this video, I'm going to attach this document. It gives you some of the formatting. It doesn't have page number. I can actually add that before I put it into your assignment. But it gives you some of the formatting here, and then the works cited. What I recommend you doing is copying and pasting the sample works cited onto your page, and then putting in all the information from your sources, following this format, and then at the end erasing this. Okay, so this will be attached to this video. Okay, so let's look at our works cited entries. So first we have authors' names, then title of the article in quotes, title of the journal in italics, volume, issue, year, pages, medium of publication. For us, it'll be primarily databases, either PicCat Plus or EBSCOhost. DOI if available. So in most cases, the DOI should be available. In one or two cases in your work cited, if you can't find them, that's fine. If the majority of your works cited entries don't have them, then I would say check into that. And then date of access, just estimate, okay? And this is what it should look like. So let's look at how to do this quick again. So we go to the PicCat Plus, we search, we put in our limiters, full text, scholarly peer review, within about 10 years, 2008's fine. And then, as usual, you can put in other limiters if you want. Okay, so here we have the Cite This Item feature. And then we go to MLA. We copy and paste this over. I'm going to keep text only so it gets rid of that gray there, and then change it back to Times New Roman 12-point font. Okay, now one thing that it's an algorithm that produces this, so it's definitely imperfect. One thing you notice, watch, the algorithm really likes making some things all caps. That does need to be changed, so make sure you change that. Okay, and then we have the title of the article here, right? We have the title of the journal here, Popular Music. We have volume, issue, year, and pages. Okay, so then we add PicCat Plus, I always forget if there's two T's in PitCat. I think it's just one. You can check if you like. So PitCat plus, then we look for the DOI, and then date of access. So I'll just put in DOI for now, and then date of access will be, we'll do 3 April. See how it's put here. So accessed 3 April 2020. And again, you can just estimate that. Okay, so now let's go see if we can find that DOI. So let's go to full text online. Usually you look in the abstract page. You look at the top of the article and the end of the article. So here, right on the abstract page, we see it right away. Okay, so we can copy and paste that over. That was an easy one. And it was right here. Keep text only. Okay, so let's see. I didn't pre-do these, so I don't know offhand how good they're going to be, but let's try another one. Yeah, we can try this one. So you go to the little quotation marks, you go to MLA, you copy and paste this over, knowing it'll be imperfect, but it should give you most of the information. We'll create a new entry here. I say keep text only, so it eliminates that gray. So we got author, we got the title of the article, we have the title of the journal, we have volume, issue, year, page numbers. Then we want to add, let me look up, oh, there it is. So PitCat plus, I had it reversed. It's 2 T's for pit and 1 T for cat. That makes a lot more sense. So we go pit cat plus, then DOI to be filled in, accessed 3 April. And if you go on to doing research, you want to be more accurate with your date of access. For our purposes, I'm not too worried about it. Okay, let's go try to find this DOI. So we go to full text online. In this case, we have to search for it. I'll show you again how to search for it. So we have volume 6, issue 3, 9/2013. Okay, so we're looking for 2013, or it should be right here actually. There it is. And then we look on the abstract page, we look on the top of the article and the bottom of the article, and hopefully it'll be in one of those places. In this case, again, it's real easy for us. But if not, go to the PDF, check the bottom of the article, the end of the article, and the abstract page. If it's not in any of those places, then at that point and only then do you skip it. Okay, but the majority of your entries should have a DOI. In this case, keep text only. Okay, so now we have our entries here. Make sure they're alphabetized. So in this case, we have MA versus MO. Okay, I'm going to pull these together. And this is how you do the rest of the formatting. So let's try doing these together. Sometimes it works when you do them together. Other times you might have to do it entry by entry to not mess up the formatting. So first we want to double space it. And then we want to, this little thing right here, we want to pull on the rectangle over 1/2 inch and pull the top back 1/2 inch. Okay, so let's do that again. So we want to pull this little rectangle So it pulls the whole thing over 1/2 inch, pull the triangle at the top back to the margin. Okay, so now we have alphabetized, and this is part of the example, so it's not alphabetized. If so, the Schulte would go after this. And this is the reverse indent. Okay, make sure Works Cited has no special font, isn't large, isn't underlined, isn't bold, just normal, regular, everyday font. Okay. Now for your formatting, here's the sample heading, and make sure it's not in your header. It's just part of the normal document. You have your name, my name, composition 102, paper 2, and the date. Right into the title, no extra spaces above, no extra spaces below, no bold, no underline, no italics, just regular font, right into the title, right into the paper. Okay. Okay, then we select all. Make sure all the font is Times New Roman and 12. Okay. Go to Layout and check your paragraph spacing. Make sure it says 0 before, 0 after. Okay. That one's important because of length. Okay. You'd only lose like a point for actually not doing that. But if it affects your length of your paper, then it could add up to a decent amount of points lost. So what I recommend is, if for some reason you're having a hard time with that, you might want to extend your paper beyond 5 pages just to be safe to hit that length requirement. Okay. And then we want to add your page numbers. Okay, so we go page number, or I think in some you go insert first and then page number. Yeah, page number, top of the page on the right. Okay, yours might look a little different than this. You want it to be top of the page on the right. Okay, then you want to click in there, put your last name, space, highlight the whole thing, and change it to Times New Roman 12-point font. And then you can click out. Okay, so we have last name, page number, we have the heading, straight into the title, nothing fancy here, straight into the body of the work. Okay, and then the other thing is check your margins. Your margins should be 1 inch on all sides. Okay, 1 inch on all sides. Okay, I think that is all with format. So we've gone over Works Cited, we've gone over format. The last thing I want to touch on here is the conclusion. Okay, wrong one. The conclusion. So this is in your first handout packet. And by the way, if any of you need an electronic copy of the first or second handout packet, just email me. I'm happy to help with that. Okay, so conclusions of your paper, very simple. So conclusions wrap up the ideas in a paper. After moving from general to specific in the introduction and body paragraphs, the conclusion should begin pulling back into more general information that restates the main points of your arguments. General outline, restate the topic and main ideas and why they're important. Restate the thesis idea, obviously using slightly different language. Address any opposing viewpoints and explain why readers should align with your position. And if applicable, a call for action. Is there anything you are asking your readers to do? Okay, once you accomplish that, you're finished. The number one rule of what you shouldn't do is add any new information. Your conclusion should never add any new information. Okay. Okay. There was one more thing I want to go over quick. By the way, here's the rules for your formatting. Here's your basic rules for Works Cited. So the last thing I want to go over is the rubric. just so you know how this will be graded. So it's in here somewhere. There it is. Okay, rubric. So formatting will be 10%. The only exception is if something's really wrong, like length, that may extend into other categories. Your introduction's 10%, thesis 5%, and body 20%. And so for each of these, read through these, what the introduction is supposed to consist of, what the thesis is supposed to consist of. And in your thesis, don't forget, it needs to be arguable and something a reasonable person can disagree with. Okay, so then your body, make sure you have 2 to 3 subtopics or supporting statements. Those are statements that support your thesis. Make sure that throughout you're following our paragraph format. That's one of the most important things I'm grading. That you can access information, scholarly information in particular, and that you can incorporate it into paragraphs in a research paper, as well as citation, are really going to be the things that I'm really focusing on. Is citation. Of course, if you're missing citation, remember, if in doubt, cite. Don't, you might lose a couple of points if you cite too much, where if you don't cite enough, it could be considered plagiarism. Okay. Your works cited's 10%. Don't forget, if you just use the generated works cited, then you might lose some points. Usually, if you just copy and paste the information from the database over and don't do anything else to it, you'd get about half the works cited points. So make sure you're doing the process I outlined today. Your conclusion, voice and style, and other. Okay. So I think that's all that I want to go over at this point. Don't forget, let me know if you have any questions or anything you'd like me to address in the video. I'm happy to go over something. You just have to let me know. Okay? Thanks, guys. Stay safe.